I'm John Schrott, and this is On the Spot. Today we're going to be talking with one of our project architects, Kate Whitmore. And Kate has the uncanny knack of really getting deep into details of technical projects. Um, for example, MRI replacements and details of OR. So, Kate, why is that fascinating to you?
It's always interesting to be able to do an area and really study all the details for something that's so technically complicated because all the details have to kind of click together for the piece to work and work properly.
So you're thinking everything. You're thinking dimensionally. You're thinking how the power
Yes.
goes, how the HVAC goes. Um, how do you coordinate all of that?
Well, it's always a challenge. You have to start with the big picture items, work your way down, and keep asking yourself, what is it that I'm forgetting?
That's an interesting thought. Is it that I'm forgetting? And oftentimes you deal direct with the manufacturer of
Right.
specific pieces of equipment, right?
Yes.
What are the challenges with that?
So they provide you a specific set of documents to work from, and they say everything is worked out and ready to go, and you just have to put it in your documents. And then you read through it, and they completely ignore half the clearances you need. They make everything work perfectly for themselves and forget everything else the users actually need in the room.
So then it's up to you to overlay some of those other requirements,
Yes,
right?
fill in the gaps.
Right. Because they're not looking at the life safety issues either, right?
Right. Life safety, clearances, additional equipment that might be there that takes up the same space. They're looking at, oh, this is a great place to put my cabinet that I need to feed my piece of equipment. Well, we already have something there, and they're not really thinking about that.
So do you ever picture yourself as like this conductor of a symphony that you're dealing with all of these different vendors and user requirements and everything? How do you keep it all straight in your head?
That is my favorite part. I like to gather information and kind of internalize it. Very rarely do I actually write any of it down, so the important thing for me to remember is to actually tell somebody about it. Otherwise, it just stays in my head.
Okay. Are you telling your husband about it at home?
Not usually, but he's definitely seen a couple of those.
What is the most interesting project that you've ever had to deal with?
Most interesting project. Um, there's been a lot. A lot of the technical details. For example, filling in a, a floor underneath an MRI that currently doesn't have a floor. Is something I've never come across, and that was a very interesting, unique challenge to work through because there's certain things that needed to go underneath to support it, and then the machine needs to attach to it, but then we weren't able to actually go back and make any attachments. So working through all those little details is always interesting, as well as coordinating all the services that come in. What order do they need to be installed in, and what piece needs to be there before the other, in order for the space to be safe and functional to continue even working in there.
Well, Kate, I appreciate how your mind works to deal with all of that because not everybody has the ability to do that. So thanks for being on the spot. Until next time.
Thanks, John.